let me make sure I'm online. Okay. Hello, I'm Alex from A.P.Ink. So this is going to be a bit of a different video this morning. So previously I was doing the year in review, where I go through each piece of art I created in that year. Um, they end up being quite long videos. So I thought I would try just doing a sketchbook tour when I finish a sketchbook. So some of the pieces in this sketchbook, which I put together myself, um, I showed last year in my year in review, but I think this is full, so just to see if how this type of video works, I guess. Um, so this is a two-part sketchbook. It's half and half, half sketchbook paper, half mixed media paper. So I'm just gonna flip through. This is animal study that I was doing. A husky. Another animal study. Koi fish. These are actually 2 years old at this point. I'm not really gonna say too much on these. This is a Maine Coon. This is a pileated woodpecker. A ruby-throated hummingbird. A creature design I did. There's gonna be I think a series of creature designs throughout this. I think this is a red squirrel. Or just a squirrel. I guess not necessarily red, but a squirrel. So, another animal study. Creature design. This was part of an animal study I started to work on. Dart frogs. An abstract. Creature design. This was an attempt at kind of a dragon mixed with a macaw. I think the dragon aspect kind of gets lost, except for the way I did the tail and the feet, but it's still kind of neat looking, I think. A random pattern. I still think this one looks kind of neat. This is just colored pencil, but the flower itself almost looks like felt, at least to me. So this was a flat, failed pattern I was trying to doodle. This is, well, it was supposed to be the start of an illustration that devolved into kind of an animal study. And that animal study ended up turning into this. The finished piece. An illustration I did based on a story series, collection of stories. The finished illustration. Another illustration. This is just a failed printing. Trying to resize the line art from the previous page. Another illustration. A random design or abstract, which I ended up I end up saving all of my art on the computer just so there's kind of a secondary copy of it somewhere to protect it from getting ruined, because some of these the markers have bled through onto the next page, but this one I actually cut out the background and put a black background behind it that I think looks a bit more finished, I guess. Another random kind of abstract design. Here I was playing with a colored pencil. I think this one ended up being a bit too muddy. So, creature design. This is almost like a series here. This one, this one, this one. This one. Creature design. Creature design. Yeah, I've got a series of creature designs here that are kind of all the same type of creature. Which I worked on these creatures throughout last year, 2023. I actually ended up compiling all these creatures into a bigger piece that I haven't released yet. I keep working on it and then putting it off to the side to kind of give myself a chance to look at it with fresh eyes. Another design that, for what I did here in the circles, I would call this a fail. I mean, it's not too interesting anyways. Creature design based on candied apple. I think this one came out kind of neat. Creature design based on a vampire bat. Creature design based on kind of black Halloween cat. Creature design based on the witches from Macbeth, but I don't think the witch aspect really came out, but I think it still came out neat. Another creature design. I was trying to capture more of a witch look, but I don't think that came off either. So yeah, this is a failed attempt at, I mean, it would have, I think I had a good start here, but I didn't want to follow through with it. An attempt at a creature skeleton. Random design. Kind of a landscape based on quilting technique inspired by. I think it's called um, Log Cabin. Random kind of abstract design. Yeah, okay. This was a creature design that was supposed to represent like fall. Um, I think this was supposed to represent like grapes. I don't remember now, but I think it came out kind of ugly. What do you guys think? You can see it without the glare. This is mixed media. Oh, yeah, we're well into the mixed media paper here, but this is colored pencil on top of marker, so that's why it's kind of shiny. This is another sketch of a skeleton, which I'm gonna come back to this because I have a project that I want to work on with this, but I wanted to get through some of the other projects that I was working on, so I kind of backed off on this. This is more of that same project. Creature skeleton. These two pieces are sketchbook paper, so these three pieces are sketchbook paper, so it might be kind of hard to see. Creature design. Creature design. This shouldn't actually be in here, but I was swatching like chalk pastels and colored pencil on top of, I think, Artist Loft markers that I have. I was doing that to see which one would show up better. Random kind of abstract design. Another random abstract design, which I'm not sure if I like this one or not. random kind of abstract design. This is a creature design. One of my dragons mixed with a butterfly. Another creature design. Another creature design. This one was inspired by clover, which there are two different types of clover that I'm aware of, the white and like the red or pink. Illustration kind of emulating different well, inspired by Easter. I wouldn't necessarily say all of Easter, but definitely like the chicks and the bunnies. Creature design inspired by Easter. Creature design. I think this one came out kind of neat. I was working on this one around the time of the solar eclipse, which more or less kind of inspired this. I think there's maybe one other creature design in here, maybe. Maybe not. A kind of geometric landscape. I think it came out kind of neat. Another attempt at a geometric landscape. The first one that I did I thought came out kind of neat, which I was trying to come up with other ones, but I think this one and this one aren't necessarily the best. A random illustration kind of inspired by sun catchers. A random design. I'm still kind of kicking myself here. When I did this, I decided not to add any detail, and I really should have. Here I was playing with colored pencils. A random kind of abstract design, which this still reminds me of, I don't remember if I said it at the time, but this reminds me of a brooch that I've seen. A creature design based on another creature design that I did a couple of years ago. A random abstract design, which again, I put this one on my computer and added more detail after I finished streaming. All of these spheres have glows around them, which I think look kind of neat. A random kind of abstract pattern that I think because of the colors I used here isn't necessarily the best. Creature design based on carnation, I think. Another creature design based on a flower. I think this might be African violet. Creature design inspired by daffodils. Creature design based on or inspired by daisies. The actual daisy, and then I think I was taking inspiration from the seeds of the daisy for the creatures. Like, I think I was trying to emulate the shape of the seed in the head. Creature design based on lilies, or inspired by lilies of the lily of the valley. Lilies of the valley. I'm not sure now if it's plural. Anyways, inspired by a flower. Another creature design inspired by a flower. This one is a rose. Another creature design inspired by a flower. I think this one was larkspur. But yeah, that was the entire sketchbook. So I'm going to leave this one here. I hope this was enjoyable. But other than that, if you did enjoy this at all, please make sure that you're following me and that your notifications are turned on so that you're notified for the next time I go live or post a video. But other than that, enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you. Bye.